Have you ever looked inside a garment and thought, wow, there's a lot of seams in here, and they don't look like normal seams? These are flat felt seams. I'm going to show you how to do them. Coming up. Hey, Chanel here, bringing you weekly videos to help you get better and better at your fashion sewing. And be more creative too. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So today we're talking about another type of seam technique, and we're talking about the flat fell seams. What is that? It's similar to French seam, but French seams are more for delicate clothes. Flat felt seams are for sturdiness. They make the seam real strong, and they're usually seen in sportswear and menswear. And you see them on jeans a lot, because jeans back in the day were supposed to be rugged and hold up. You wouldn't want to just a seam and overlock it together and they fall apart. You want a really strong seam. You probably see them a lot in Carhartt pants. Bought a lot of those in my movie days for rugged wear, turn them into costumes. Anyway, so what's a flat felt seam? I have this little denim top. I actually brought a pair of jeans with me, my jeans, thinking they were flat felt seams, but upon closer investigation, they are not flat felt seams. I'll show you what those are after I show you this. But I have this little top that I upcycled. You can see this video way back in my YouTube videos. I upcycled it and put lace on it, cut it up, and it turned out really cute. But this thing's full of flat felt seams. So in the side, so you have right here, like this is the side. You can see it's like top stitch down. This one's actually a double top stitch. Right here they did it on the inside here. There's two ways of doing flat felt seams. You can sew them wrong sides together and do this top stitch on the outside, or right sides together and do the top stitch, and then it looks more like this. But this is, they have it all throughout here. All the seams are enclosed in here, and really, there's a lot of work in a denim. Take a look at denims and all this seaming, and with every seam, it costs money, like pennies. $10 or 10 pennies here and 30 pennies there for each seam, and that makes the cost go up. So flat felt seams. Now here's the pair of jeans I brought here. I'm gonna hide my size on it. But this is just, what they did here is just stitched a seam, overlocked it, and top stitched it down. It looks like a flat felt seam on the outside right here. So it's just double top stitch, but it's not technically a flat felt seam. It's still very strong though. This is also a stretch denim, so they probably used a stretch stitch on here, which is a stronger stitch also. Flat felt seams. I'm going to show you how to make those and give them a try. They're pretty fun, just like the French seams too. So let's show you how. Okay, we got to start with your fabric pieces. We got a right side, wrong sides. We've got wrong sides together here, pinned them together, and you're going to sew your seam. I marked here 5/8 inch seam. Generally that's what you see on a flat felt seam, but you could probably do a 1 inch seam or a half inch seam. I don't know, it gets pretty tight. You have to press it pretty close. So let's try with a 5/8 seam. So we're just going to go and sew this, and then I'll show you the rest of it. Okay, first we got to sew the first seam. It's wrong sides together. So you'll be sewing the right side just like you do the French seam. And you just sew regular seam. I did a 5/8 inch mark right here. You can reverse it. Pick it up. Okay. We have our seam, and now we have to press it and trim it. Okay, so we have our just regular seam, and what we got to do is trim the underseam. Like if we wanted it to go that way, we take this underseam and we trim it really close, about 1/8 of an inch close to the seam. And I like to use pinking shears for this. because it just won't fray underneath. It's just a little extra security. But you can just do a regular cut. We trim it close to the seam. So it looks like this. Then we're going to press this to the side really well. I like to come in here and make sure this is pressed also, because you don't want any lips right here. You just want it real smooth right there, nice and smooth. Then the next thing we have to do is just tuck in and press. Actually, has a good way to get here is you can turn it over. This is kind of tedious right here. You have to press this in about 1/8 of an inch. Don't burn your fingers. You just kind of get it started. And in the cooling is where that will form a nice crease right here. So let it cool for a sec. Turn it this way and then get it situated again. Wants to roll up. Sometimes it gets hooked underneath that trim. That's why you got to trim that pretty close. Then you press it again. Oop, got a little press right here. Thought I was going to burn my fingers, didn't you? I've done that before. And then press it. Let that cool. Ouch, 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 ouch. You can use a pressing block here if you have one. And now I just got to go and stitch that fold down. So I'll go do that. Okay, now all we have to do, it's pressed and trimmed. We just have to top stitch it. I've got it trimmed real close to the edge and pressed over, and then just make sure it's nice and smooth. And basically you just top stitch on real close on the edge of that fold. And then slow your machine down. Reverse it if you need to. Can't go that slow. And I'm just top stitching really close on that fold. Okay. Reverse stitch it if you need to. There we go. Take it off. Now it's right on that fold. And I got it really close. A lot of times you can see the little flap right there. But there is a flat felt seam. Well, there you have it. A flat felt seam. You see these a lot in denim because they are for strength. There's actually just little extra stitches on it and stuff. The trick is to remember to sew it wrong sides together. And then you got to trim it real close and then burn your fingers. It's always fun. But right here you can see the little, where it's just top stitched here, and you can see the little lip on it, as you would say. So you get really good at top stitching when you do these flat felt seams. So leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've tried it, and let me know if you have any requests for videos, what you're out there learning, and I'll see if I can do one for you. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next sew bit.